Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant. We are back for some more Pathfinder Kingmaker. So before we begin our adventure, we are going to level up our characters, because some of them did level up. We will be starting with Valerie, and by the way, ignore what's over here. This is because of a mod that I'm going to start using, but for right now it is irrelevant. So, starting with Valerie, like I mentioned, we're going to keep putting points into Bard until we reach Dirge of Doom. So, Bard it is. In terms of skill points, I need one more in Arcana for Dragon Disciple. Yep, okay. And I think other than that, I'm going to start putting points in Lore Nature. Because I think there will come a time where I won't have anyone for Lore Nature and she might actually fill that role. It doesn't really matter anyway, gameplay wise, so we can take that one. In terms of feats, lingering performance and weapon focus are what the game is suggesting. You don't need to follow what the game suggests, naturally. And for right now, what I want for Valerie is for her to be as tanky as possible, to stay alive as long as possible in the front line. And for that purpose, given that we already have Crane style, I am going to give her shield focus, because she is always going to be wearing a shield. This will just give her a +1 to AC passively, which is very, very nice. So that's her feat done. And in terms of spells, again, since she's in the front line, she's not really going to be casting spells such as, for example, Glitter Dust or Hold Person. That's not really her role, especially now that she has heavy armor on. It has a lot of spell failure. We don't want that. So what we really want for her are buffs, personal buffs that will keep her alive for longer, and there's nothing better for that than Mirror Image, and buffs for the party in terms of utility. And Heroism is actually a great buff to get as well. So if we look at Heroism, come on, this spell will give us +2 morale bonus on attack rolls, saves, and skill checks. So it's helpful in a bunch of different ways. Very, very handy. Shield focus, mirror image, and heroism, and her level up is done. Moving up to Regongar, we're gonna keep putting points in Magus until we reach level 7 for medium armor. We already have mobility 3. I'm gonna give him 2 more points in Arcana, again for the requirement of Dragon Disciple, which we will always be taking. And I think I'm gonna put points in athletics for him. He's gonna be our athletics guy. Moving up, forgot to mention, so at level 5, everybody gets a feat, so generic feats for everybody on uneven levels. He also gets Arcane Weapon +2, so currently we only had +1 to enchant our weapon, now it enchants it up to +2. We get a bonus Magus feat, which helps a lot, and we also get Resist Energy from our Bloodline. So, we had picked up Dodge. He's gonna be a frontline tanky character. So what I'm gonna be taking right now is Improved Unarmed Strike, coupled with Crane Style. And again, I'm taking Improved Unarmed Strike because it is a prerequisite for Crane Style. The reasons I mentioned some time back when we leveled up Valerie as to why Crane Style is very, very good applies the same way for Regongar or any character in the front line. As for the spells, we are gonna go for Blur. This is just another layer of protection here, basically giving our enemies a 20% flat miss chance, unless they have stuff like Sea Invisibility. But for the time being, this can be very handy. And that's his level up done. So, Improved Unarmed Strike, Crane Style, Resist Energy from the Bloodline, and Blur. We also get the special abilities of enchanting our weapon with Flaming, Frost, or Shock, which basically means you deal 1d6 extra damage of one of these elements at the cost of 1 point of enhancement bonus. So right now our arcane weapon is going to give us a +2 to our weapon bonus. If you make it just +1, you can enchant one of these things, and also arcane weapon Keen. So this one I left for the end because I want to explain it a little bit better. It's not very obvious at the start. So in the same way, it consumes 1 point of enhancement bonus granted to his weapon. But the benefit is, the Keen property doubles the threat range of a weapon. This benefit doesn't stack with any other effects, expand threat range of a weapon, like, for example, improve critical feat. What this does, we can look for an example here of something that's not that good. If we look at the spear, we can see that the critical range is just 20. So, for you to get a critical hit with this particular weapon, you would need to roll a 20. And if you hit, and you confirm the critical hit, you deal 3 times the amount of damage. This part right now doesn't really matter. If you applied the Keen property to this spear, you would double the critical range, which means you could not only crit on 20, but also on a 19. Where this gets very, very good is when you start looking at other weapons, like for example a scimitar, where the base critical range is 18 to 20. So if you apply Keen to this weapon, it will actually go to 15 to 20. Basically means that you have a 25% chance to critically hit on any attack that you do, which is, you know, quite amazing. So it's going to be very handy for Regongar, and we are going to be using it. As for my character's level up, so we are still making our way into Arcane Trickster. We already have Trickery, Mobility, and Knowledge Arcana. We are missing Sneak Attack 2 and the ability to cast Arcane spells of 2nd level. So for this, we are going to level up in Sorcerer. We are going to get our generic feat. We already have the prerequisites in terms of skill points for Arcane Trickster, so I'm just going to go for Persuasion. That's what I want to be his main skill. And now, to fulfill the prerequisite of Sneak Attack 2, we take Accomplished Sneak Attacker, which basically gives us an extra 1d6 damage on a sneak attack. And we once again have our spell specialization. So here, we can either go for Magic Missile still, which isn't going to do much of a difference because of the way that our levels are being, progressed. Or I could go for something like Burning Arc. So first let me check which spells I actually want. Because we have our level 2 spells now, which again is going to be our prerequisite for Arcane Trickster. So here, Burning Arc is a very nice offensive spell. It hits multiple targets and it never misses. It can be halved, the damage can be halved by enemies if they succeed on a reflex saving throw, but you can never miss. That's kind of the big deal on this. It also deals fire damage, which ties in well with our Draconic Bloodline Red. We have Glitter Dust, which is a very good spell for the same reason that I mentioned on Octavia, I believe, because basically you can blind a group of enemies and you can also reveal them, making them easier to hit. Mirror Image for defensive purposes, we will take this I think a little bit later. And Scorching Ray plus Sense Vitals again are very, very good spells, but they scale with your levels, so it's something better to pick up later on. For right now, it doesn't really do much. So my main choices here are between Glitter Dust or Burning Arc. And I think I'm going to go for Glitter Dust because it's the more defensive option. So by allowing you to blind your enemies, you can actually disable them quite a bit, make them have more difficulty in hitting your front line, and you can also apply sneak attacks on them just for them being blinded. Also, revealing invisible enemies is relevant. So Glitter Dust it is, Accomplished Sneak Attacker, and I did put on Magic Missile still. Not that it makes much of a difference here. For Octavia, we're gonna keep on putting points in Wizard, kind of for the same reason. We can still make our way into Arcane Trickster, she's kind of built for it. She won't stay in our party for too long, so it doesn't really matter all that much. But for right now, we can continue putting points like this. I guess I can take this one out and put more Perception, so we can spot stuff better. Again, Accomplished Sneak Attacker. And in terms of level 2 spells, What I want here is, I want something from Transmutation School so I can occupy my Transmutation slot. And I think for that purpose right now, the most helpful one is going to be Bull Strength, to buff up the front line. And other than that, I think I'm just going to go for Mirror Image, honestly. I really like Web, but not being able to dispel Web, it's so annoying. Okay, let's take Mirror Image here. For defensive purposes, I just need to check something before I make my choice. You may fire 1 ray plus 1 additional ray for every 4 levels beyond 3rd. Okay, so this would only work at level 7. Getting an extra ray. So yeah, this is not good for right now. Okay, so Bull Strength and Mirror Image. All of our level ups are done. And we are now going to explore this area, which I don't really remember what it contains.
Keep your wits about you.
So, because of that, I also have no spells. Well, I have some. Let me check here. I now have Mage Armor as well, because of our bloodline. Glitter Dust goes over here. So we do have some spells on my Sorcerer. We have some spells on Octavia as well. Yeah, we're fine, I think, to face off against whatever comes this way. I'm just gonna buff our main tank here, so that he can take care of whatever lies ahead. Yeah, Shield of Faith. Okay, let's check out what we have here. Because there are some areas that I remember what they contain, the other areas I don't. A large water elemental, let me see. This guy has 24 AC. This guy can actually be kind of tough. 5 damage reduction, he is immune to critical hits or precision damage, which means sneak attacks does nothing. Okay, so we are gonna go for magic missiles here. And basically, as long as my tanks live, I don't think the fight should be very problematic. Okay, so, give us a bless. Okay, good. Anything else you might want to give us here? No. You can buff yourself with Mirror Image. We are going to apply the Keen property. And we can see it in action right now when I do my Arcane Weapon Enhancement. We can now see that it is between 15 and 20. Okay. So.
I'm listening.
Sing. I'm not gonna charge because I don't want the AC penalty on my tank here. Okay. Let him focus on the kitty cat. And then we can go. Enrage. You guys cast. Cordampina can toss out a bone. I don't think Bone Shaker does anything to him. Let me see. The target takes 3d6. Well, let's see. Because it doesn't have a skeleton. I don't remember what happens here. Okay, magic missiles. Okay, it does deal damage. Good. Let's do as much damage as we can. We have Sound Burst. Magic missiles keep on. Okay, this guy swapped targets. He's going for Valerie. That's okay. That's okay. That's less okay. What is he rolling? He has a plus 17 to hit. Okay, against armor class of 30. She's fine. And there we go. Not too problematic. Had he turned to Amiri, there I might have panicked a little bit. But thankfully it was not the case. Potions of Restoration, remove blindness and some coins. 270 experience.
I can see my destination.
And actually, give me 1 second, please. And I am back. I had a delivery. Okay, so this area has been dealt with. The only thing we picked up were consumables. So let's carry on. Where am I going? I think I'm just really going into the Stag Lord's fort. Yeah, this area right here, this for a lot of new players is pain and suffering. I would not advise going for this area, very early at least. If you do want to go into this area, my recommendation would be taking Scrolls of Resist Fire, probably Scrolls of Protection from Fire, and have somebody capable of casting Glitter Dust. And speaking of Protection from Fire... Okay, I still have one. I think it should be good enough. Because I do also... I like having resistance from fire for the Stag Lord's fort. Because there are alchemists there, and the alchemists love tossing bombs. And they hurt.
So much.
They do hurt. So having protection helps out a lot. Okay? Like I said, we're not gonna waste a lot of time just wandering around the area. I want to get this done so that I can increase the difficulty. Regongar sizes up the Stag Lord's fort from afar, then looks at you and shakes his head with a smirk. Well, we're here. A handful of lunatics are about to assault a whole fortress stuffed with bandits armed to the teeth, who have been keeping the entire region under their boot. Truth be told, I wouldn't bet a copper bit on us right now. You'd have to be a complete psycho to do this. So, damn right I'm with you. Yeah. If we somehow make it out of this alive, I'll smother you with kisses. Dude, why? Why kisses? No. Yeah, okay, so that, apparently there's a romance with him. I like your enthusiasm, but let's cut out the inappropriate advances. I'm joking, I'm joking. So you ready to get to it? Let's show those scoundrels who owns that fortress. And naturally, something I forgot, which I always forget, was to slot in my spells. Yes, obviously. Obviously, I forgot this. But it is what it is. I intend on resting before I go for the final fight anyway, so this shouldn't be too much of a concern. We can see Cressel here. This is the lady we met at the bandit camp.
This is a surprise. I'm on my way to pay the Stag Lord a visit, and I don't expect it to be a friendly one. How about we go together? I'd appreciate some help during the fight.
Mm-hmm. So, what? By the way, so yeah, we met her in the Thorn River, the bandit camp, and since we are good, we went with the good option to not fight her, and as such, she apparently decided to rebel against Stag Lord. So why did you do that?
I used my head finally. I grew up in Restov, choking on hypocrisy. The Aldori make like these brave, noble defenders of justice, but they're afraid to do so much as bark at Shatova. The Stag Lord, he seemed different. Mighty, menacing, like a huge wave rolling toward the shore. He said he'd build a new kingdom here, and anyone brave enough to fight under his banner would get a new life. But now he just sits in his fortress, drinking away and plumbing his bedroom pillows for some queen of his. Though, I can't say if she's real or just a symptom of his drunken delirium. I trusted him. In his name, I almost got Svetlana killed. The only living soul who's been kind to me. I was wrong, and I want to right that wrong with my own hands. I will free these lands of Stag Lord.
That's the spirit. So what's your plan?
What's the plan? A fight's a fight. They'll let me and anyone with me inside the fort. No questions asked. Once we're in there, we call out the Stag Lord and tell him it's time to demonstrate his royal ambitions.
So yeah, it's a bold plan, but it's kind of cool that they let her in, so that would be a way for us to gain entry without having to bother with anything else. But I do believe that direct attack might not be the best option. I will look for other ways to enter the fort. Stay alert and join me when you hear the sounds of fighting.
Fine. Just don't take long.
Okay. So yeah, direct assault is not something we want to do.
I will guide.
We are instead going to go around the area, take care of some enemies in the region, in this case there's a lot of undead, and then we're gonna go for the fort. Hopefully via different means and hopefully with some stealthy approach instead of
I am your shield.
just all-out massacre, but that will depend a lot on my ability to actually not fail checks. So I actually want, yeah, this can be on you. You can take a ring of deflection.
I am yours to command.
Let's buff. And now we also have some buffs that last for a long time. So heroism lasts for 10 minutes a level. So in this case, I'm actually going to prioritize heroism rather than mirror image, because mirror image would last us for 4 minutes, while heroism is gonna last us for 40 minutes. And I'm gonna place this on both Regongar and Amiri, because these are going to be our main damage dealers. So the more hit chance they have, the better for us.
I will not falter.
In terms of other long-term spells,
Together
we are going to buff up
I'm up for an adventure.
with Mage Armor, Mage Armor,
Never stop.
Mage Armor on the Leopard. And I want to keep some level 1 spells for magic missiles. So I'm actually going to use Regongar for the rest of this duty here. Done. We also have Blur, which we will not be using just yet because this is a 1 minute per level spell.
I stand ready.
And Bark Skin we will place on our main tank and our secondary tank. Okay. No other long
Is the key to
duration spell over here.
acquire my counsel.
Let me put this over there before I forget. And I think we are good to go.
Here.
Okay,
I can see my destination.
let's fight some undead here.
Give the order.
I won't spend too many resources on this because these enemies are mostly just, you know, fodder enemies.
Our time has come. To victory!
You are not auto-casting that, nor you. Okay, good. And these enemies shouldn't prove, you know, too difficult. They are numerous, and if there's one thing I want to try and do is to keep my frontline tanking. It's easy for your second row fighters to get in the way and start tanking themselves, which we don't want. Okay, all of these are down. Another zombie.
We will prevail.
Okay, there's a lot of enemies over here. So again, let's be patient. There's no point in rushing this to just have somebody die. Okay, so you guys... Okay. Pretty much everybody's focusing on our front line, so we can now move in. Okay. Doing a good job, my friends. Okay. Awesome. Awesome possum. A level up for Amiri. Okay, let me see if I have to think about this level up or not. So, we're gonna continue putting some points into Inquisitor. We have favorite enemy, teamwork feats, which we like. Yeah, okay. So, she's gonna have athletics and mobility. They might actually prove to be useful right now. Some lore, nature, perception we don't really need on her anymore. I think stealth might come in handy later. Okay, so what could I take here? I'm gonna leave outflank for level 7, because nobody else really has it right now. I'm actually thinking about going for a weapon focus, honestly. I do think I will go for weapon focus. In this case, I'm gonna go for Bastard Sword because her main sword is actually an enlarged Bastard Sword. That's what I'll be giving her. But I could also go for something different, like, for example, a reach weapon, a glaive, something like that would also work. But I like keeping her, you know, true to her weapon. As for her Inquisitor spells, what do we want? Effortless armor would not be terrible. But I think I actually prefer remove paralysis and protection from alignment communal. Because this one lasts 1 minute, doesn't have any kind of spell DC, doesn't scale with wisdom or anything like that. So it can always be... It would be as useful being cast from her as it would from my dedicated cleric. So remove paralysis and protection from alignment communal can be quite nice. Eventually I will also give her invisibility for her quest, which is much later on. But for right now we can stay as is. Okay. This works. Now, looking at attack bonus. I sacrifice 1 attack bonus for 4 more damage and keep her, you know, lore friendly with her weapon. I'm gonna let her have her weapon. Okay, that's a level up done. We still have some more enemies here. Here I think there are some that are a little bit tougher, these zombie lords, but not that much. So, again, let's send people to attack, but we're gonna keep Regongar and Amiri back. Why are you here? I think this guy got blocked. Okay, so wait. Everybody, back out. You go. Okay, not really what I want you to be doing, Mr. Leopard. Or Mr. Baby Leopard. Okay. It's fine.
This is for you.
You and you. Let's keep you in check. You can go over there. Okay, good. So this way they can start cleaning up from this side, and everybody is focusing on my tanks. Except this bitch. But he's actually going for the leopard, which is good. Okay, this was relatively painless. Valerie took a hit, but that's mostly all that happened. Okay, so what can we find in this region? Why are we killing these enemies? We can find a little gap in the wall of the fort, which would allow us for an entrance that does not involve direct assault. Which is something that I prefer, honestly. Okay, so we're gonna continue going over here. Say hello to these guys again. There are some more enemies on this side, take care of. Yeah, there they are. But these are very easy, as we've seen in the old Sycamore area. Don't have to worry too much about this. I'll still just play it, you know, properly. It's a good habit. There's a corpse here. Human's corpse with signs of torture. Perhaps it was a bandit's prisoner, or even one of them, punished for some misdeed. Just has some gold. Some pelts. Is there something to exploit on this side? No, there is not. Okay. So, I would like to try and keep going in this area without resting until pretty much the last step of the fort. Let's see how the fights go and if I can actually do that or not. And yeah, we're gonna try and go through here. So we have mobility and we have athletics. This one sounds a little bit sneakier instead of broadening the passage, but they are both 20 checks. So we have 12, 10, 13, 5. You have nothing noteworthy. You have 12. Okay, so technically we have a little bit more in athletics, but to be completely honest with everyone here, I don't remember if broadening the passage by force will alert enemies inside. So I am gonna try and go for the mobility check. 10, 12, so we are going to buff Octavia here. Man, it's so hard not to say Viconia, I don't know why. But yeah, we're gonna buff her with Blessing of the Faithful. It's kind of a shame I didn't have Heroism for her, because it also buffs the skill checks. Okay, but she has it, so let's see if we can do this. Okay, well, at least we don't alert enemies inside. Let's try this again. But first I'm gonna buff again. How much did you roll? A 3. Come on, Octavia, it's not that hard. Oh, okay, okay, I can try again. Okay, in that case, let's heal up. And we're gonna have to try to broaden this. And if the enemies come at us, well, you know, it is what it is. I can't do much about that. There's no more choices, and I'm not gonna reload anything. Let's see.
Think again before you ask the impossible.
And he failed it, of course. Climbing over the breach proved more difficult than it seemed. God damn it, man. Yeah. Seems like the stealth approach is not possible.
Who dares disturb me while I'm drinking?
Now, I don't think this means that we are already in combat, but we do miss out on interacting with certain NPCs here. Like, there's a guy over here that we want to talk to. But I apparently suck at rolling dice. Yeah, we rolled a 3. Okay, whatever. But yeah, essentially, this does not put us in combat. So we are still okay, but since 4 hours have passed, we lost all of our buffs. Let me see, can we still rest? Well,
What's the hold-up?
due to magical reasons, we can rest here. So we are gonna do that.
Let us not.
I'm just trying to see if there's something that I might want to swap. No, I think I like what I have here. I guess we could argue this might not be as useful. I will take one hold person instead of Bone Shake. To see if I can hold him. And let's rest. Okay, we cannot hunt here, because I think it's because we are inside. So I can just do this. Okay, perfect. Begin resting.
Amiri.
No bandits will come here, it's fine, don't worry. Yeah, see, nobody noticed us. Everything is okay.
Focus on the goal.
So,
I
once
need
again,
to concentrate.
we're gonna buff.
You can count on me.
The reckoning at hand.
Okay, so put one there. And one there.
I will
Okay,
see this.
bark skin.
Inimosi tradisi. Inimosi
Okay, good.
I'm listening.
Take this out, let's buff up.
I will not falter.
Okay, I'm just seeing if there's something I might be missing. Yeah, I'm missing my mutagen.
I won't let you down.
And I do believe that's all I
I
need.
am yours to command.
Okay, let's get our armor back.
I can
And we're gonna start killing some bandits. We have no way to do this stealthily. Well, it's one less thing to worry about, I guess, even though I would still prefer the stealth approach. Because when you're fighting stealthily, the last guy in every single pack of enemies that you fight will try to run to this bell to alert everybody of your presence. And this way I don't have to bother with that, I think. There are some alchemists here, that much I am sure of. So I am going to be using my Scroll of Resist Fire.
keep
like
your wits
this.
about you.
Okay, this should help out a little bit.
Don't hesitate.
And we are gonna start charging enemies. I would love to be able to charge like the alchemist or a bard, but in this case I'll have to go for the brawler.
Any fun to be had?
Got you.
You guys can go.
Our time has
Let's
come.
shoot.
You can't stop me.
Okay, there's the alchemist. I'm gonna use my ranged characters on the alchemist and maybe
as
you.
one.
Yeah, okay, nice.
To victory!
We have a bard, an alchemist, and 2 fighters. Okay, he's dead.
Do not hold back.
Please. Okay. Still okay. You guys focus on the bard. He's the most annoying one. I think Valerie is blocking the way. Guys, come on, help. There we go. Yeah, but I think that like this, they don't try to run for the bell.
I will guard.
Okay, that's one group. We have another group at the door over here. And it's composed of bandit. I think there might be an alchemist over there. We'll find out soon enough.
I'm listening. I'm not
Just
doing it wrong.
telling my
Spell
people
is
to charge
fine.
as usual.
I stand ready. This
Shoot.
is for you.
No, it's just normal fighter type bandits.
Strike to be proud of.
Well, what was that? He said something, I saw. Hey, I know your face. You are the Aldori envoy who killed Haps's fellows at the trading post. Yep. He didn't even have time to finish his sentence. Oh, you poor man. Is this a
My destination.
thievery check? No, it's not. Okay, we can worry about this later. I'm gonna open the door. Actually, after killing... No, I'm gonna open the door right now.
Focus on
So that my friends can then come in and help out. Okay, and here we have... I think it's better to come from this angle than this angle. Assuming I can charge through these logs, which
There are many roads.
may not happen. Nah, man, you know what? I want to catch this alchemist. He's a dangerous one from the group.
I'm listening.
He is isolated. He's gonna be sorry about that.
Let us not hesitate.
So it comes to this.
Okay, let's take the precautions to not have these people tanking. Who took 24 damage? My leopard. Jesus. Okay, focus on this one. This one is the dangerous one, not the one with the shield. That was a bad move, Regongar. Okay. He's done for.
I will see this through.
Let's heal him up. Later on, we're gonna start having these people
Without a doubt.
enlarged all the time, so
Together
it
we
will be
stand.
less of a problem to
Ready
keep
and
them
willing.
safe.
I did as you asked.
Okay, good. We have some wolfies over here to kill. These aren't
See my
troublesome.
destination.
We just say hello. Okay, don't get yourselves killed, please. Okay, you can't even move. Okay.
Kneel!
One down. 2 down. 3. And 4. Okay, good. Let's check this out, by the way. Okay, it was actually a 20. I wanted to see if it was like a 15 or a 16 or something. Okay.
I will guide.
I think moving these boxes takes some time. And ideally, I would like to make my way or go this way, deal with some enemies here, and then try to kill off 2 dangerous enemies. But right now, they're already here. So this Akiros Innsmort and this Dovan from Nizrok, these 2, you can actually kill them separately or even convince them not to fight. But since we failed our entrance into the bandit camp, we don't get those choices. Oh. Okay. What is
I always
this?
did what was right.
Here!
Therefore, I became righteous.
Another son!
Does it mean whatever I
This
do now becomes
is-
right because I am righteous?
A Wand of Vanish and a Amulet of Natural Armor. Cool. So you have Bark Skin, so I'm actually gonna give it to him. Because Amulets of Natural Armor do not stack with Bark Skin.
Focus on the goal.
Okay, so these guys... I'm going to try and lure them back. I don't want to fight so close to this area here. So I will simply take my people a little bit behind.
See my destination.
We're gonna hold position and pull them with the leopard. Okay. They should start moving our way. For this fight, I am gonna sing. And can I charge the illusionist? I can. Okay, lovely. So you guys charge this one. He looks to be... These all look to be ranged. Yeah, go for the illusionist as well. And all of my ranged characters focus on the illusionist, because this guy disables your party. Perfect. He even got spell failure. Okay. Let's kill off the archers. They are easier to kill. Okay, there we go. Shoot that one. Nice. Okay, this part of the camp is done. Our leopard is kind of in a bad way. We're gonna heal him a little bit. Yeah, he's got a fair amount of HP at this point. Okay, he has 48 hit points. Quite nice. Okay, so this area has been cleared out as well. We have a check for this owlbear here. I don't remember exactly which check it is. I think there's one for trickery or stealth. So I am gonna buff
time has
Octavia.
There are many rooms.
Okay, so the caged owlbear seems to be worried. He growls softly as you approach. It looks strong enough to break the cage's door. So that's kind of dangerous, right? We can try to calm him down. We can lock the cage securely to prevent the owlbear from escaping, and this is guaranteed. Or we can try to quietly kill the caged owlbear. And honestly, I think I'm gonna go for this one. The only reason I go for this one is because it's a higher skill check. It might give me more experience, because if you try and calm him down, he can actually even help you in the fight. Okay, Octavia, come on, roll a 5. Thank God. 810 experience just like that. Nice. Roll the 14. You wait until the owlbear looks away, then kill it with one quick blow. If only we could kill owlbears with this much ease later on. Okay, yeah, got it. Let's stay far away from them, and I want to deal with the guys over here, not those. And hopefully, okay. I don't think they join. I'm pretty sure they don't join. But you can never be too sure. I know there are some alchemists over there, but I cannot afford to try and go around here. We're gonna have to do this the hardest way possible.
I am yours to command.
Which is a shame. I wanted to show
Give the order.
how you can do this relatively safely, because I know a lot of people, especially new players, have some trouble with, you know, with this area.
Here I am. See.
But
I
alas,
will not falter. This is
it was not possible.
We will prevail.
Okay. Yeah, we have a cleric, not an alchemist. Those guys still don't care. Okay. Okay, so you three focus on the cleric, because the cleric is gonna start helping them. Why are you over here, Regongar? Nobody knows. He cast Hold Person on Regongar, which sucks. Okay, you go there. But only archers remain, so we're fine. Okay, good. Let's all come over here. Loot this. Take some loot out, because we are way too heavy. Okay, medium is perfectly fine. There is a trap over here.
I can see my destination.
Let's
We stand. You
take
can
care of
count
it.
on me. I stand ready.
I won't let you down. I did as you asked.
Okay, some experience there. A fish.
Focus on the goal.
And I think we have enough buffs to do this fight without having to rest. So, I'm just gonna explain what I would consider to be the easiest approach. And you probably could still do it. I'm not gonna do it just because I don't particularly enjoy that route. But you can see that Stag Lord is right here. He's on top of this little platform. To reach this platform, you have to go through these stairs over here. So basically what you can do to make this fight a whole lot simpler is you could do something like put a bunch of grease over here, or even webs and stuff like that, and then just come with your party up the stairs and have everybody focus fire the Stag Lord, burst him down, and then you can worry about these later, because Keston will also start moving in and occupying them. That, I think, is the most effective approach for this fight. I do like to have some fun, though. I know it's Last Azlanti, but we want to have some fun here as well. So I do like going the frontal assault route here. So we are gonna buff for it, though. We're not gonna go just crazy. So I'm gonna go for enlarge Regongar. We're gonna enlarge Amiri.
I'm up for
You
an
have
adventure.
everything you have. Oh no, actually, you can
Let us
reduce
not
person.
hesitate.
We're gonna give Magic Fang to our leopard here. We are gonna give strength to Amiri, because Regongar has the belt. There we go. Shield of Faith on our main tanks.
Done waiting.
Give it to the tiny one as well. And might as well on my main character also, just in case something goes horribly wrong. We still have some time on our protection from fear. I think we have everything we need from here. We are going to, well, might as well also buff Valerie with some strength. You want mirror image, shield, and I guess you can put blur on both of our frontliners. There we go. We have Keen turned on. We're gonna use our weapon enhancement. Everything is done here, just double checking.
I will not falter.
Ah, right, so you can go for Divine Favor, and you can go for Protection from Evil. Alright.
Outdoor adventures are good for skin and body shape, but they just ruin
Okay,
the hair.
so I think my plan is gonna be... I'm gonna start throwing people more onto this area. I wanna see if I can kill this Dovan as quickly as possible, and then deal with the rest. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna be throwing some disabling spells from my casters. Let's see how we can do this. Obviously, we're gonna be using every single buff we have, so we're gonna be singing.
I'm quite a social person, you know. I enjoy
You're gonna
meeting new
be
people.
raging.
They didn't learn to
I
keep away
stand
from
ready.
me yet.
You can also do something else before I forget. You can actually cast True Strike before we charge.
Done.
Okay, so you can now rage.
I'm listening.
And now we can do like this. So, Dovan. I'm actually gonna send my leopard maybe over there, so they can go for him instead of my other people.
Any fun to be had?
Okay, you go there, you go there.
Let us not hesitate.
We're gonna start shooting, and then we'll see what we do in terms of casting spells. I haven't gotten to kill anyone today. Sad. So the Stag Lord, he's kind of annoying. So I am gonna try and see if I can disable him with the hold person. Okay. And with both my character and Octavia, we are going to move a little bit forward. Yeah, here comes Keston. I love Regongar laughing here, because he just crit and murdered this guy. Perfect. But essentially what I want to do here is, I want to try and disable the opposition by casting some grease. And we can put grease in such a way that it knocks everybody here down, plus the Stag Lord. And after that, I'm also going to toss out a Glitter Dust for exactly the same purpose, trying to blind them. And hold person, we're going to see how it goes. Okay, he's buffing himself right now. Don't go for the grease. You can actually start making your way over here with Amiri, because this area is pretty much under control. Let me see how this guy is. He's blinded. Perfect. We're gonna start nuking him. Nuke. How is my hold person going? He's also held for 24 seconds. Okay, well, this is going very lovely. Shoot him. Regongar can kill the enemies here. You know you can move forward, right? Okay, go, go, go. Magic missiles going in. Charge the bitch. Yeah, they're all screwed over here. They don't really have a chance. Amiri is murdering. Yep.
Oh, after so long, I learned to stand.
The Stag Lord clutches something resembling a charm in his bloody finger, seemingly placing the last of his hope into it. You hear a snapping sound, and then a dull sigh bursts from the Stag Lord's chest. We have some options here based on where we want to go with our alignment. And I'm gonna keep sticking with lawful, so I'm gonna go for lawful neutral here. Your crimes cannot be forgiven.
What do you know about crimes? I couldn't tolerate. I did everything she...
He did everything she... Who's she? The only thing we know about the Stag Lord is that his father used to torment him. But apparently there was some woman manipulating him, maybe? He died. We still have Akiros Innsmore to take care of. And might as well try this out. We have Spell Strike. We have Arcane Accuracy. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna be using Regongar to deliver a Shocking Grasp with his weapon attack and try to also use Arcane Accuracy to help hit the attack. Okay, you guys can turn that off. You can just shoot normally.
So it comes to this.
So yeah, let's do this. And Arcane Accuracy. We missed. We suck. Well, he died. It's fine. Okay, this cleric is alone. He's dead. And there we have it, my friends. This is the Stag Lord.
I can see my destination.
Now, we're gonna loot this area over here. I'm gonna try and focus on picking up only the things that, you know, are more relevant. Not really gonna pick up everything, otherwise my weight limit is gonna go through the roof. Although I can also fix that in between episodes, so you guys don't have to suffer through it. We looted the Stag Lord. Just gonna loot this enemy over here.
I found something.
And then I have some words I want to give before we finish the episode. Ooh, a kukri. Kukri +1. Okay, who's going there? Me. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, basically, we have defeated the Stag Lord. We have completely cleared out the entire camp. The things I wanted to mention, first of all, are... There are some items, like this Bastard Sword +1, that we would not be able to get right now had we gone for the, you know, the full stealth approach, because this is actually from Akiros Innsmouth, and if you are successful in converting him to your side, you cannot kill him, so you cannot get his loot. So there are some upsides to actually killing everybody. Like I said, this wasn't exactly the way I wanted to show the Stag Lord's fort, but it is, you know, it's the hand that was dealt to me. And we're playing Last Azlanti, no reloads, so we do what we can. But usually what I like doing, just to give some context, is I like to clear the entire outside like we did. Then I like to come over here and use mobility to jump through the wall. If you do that, Akiros, that guy I just mentioned, is going to be standing over here alone. And you can have a dialogue with him, and you can convince him that, you know, this is the bad way to live, so he should join us instead. And I do believe that if you are lawfully aligned, you always have an option to bring him to your side, or at least not have him fight along the Stag Lord against your party. Or you can also just kill him alone. That's also an option. After doing that, what you can do is you can clear out this group of enemies. And what I usually do is I keep some people around this area, because eventually the last guy alive will start running the shortest distance to the bell over here. So if you can intercept him, all the better. So kill this group, kill the group over here, continue moving, kill this group, kill the wolves, move up, kill this group. This one I think is like the hardest one to keep from the bell, but it is doable. So kill this group, move this way, kill this group, and then over in this area you will find this guy here, Dovan from Nizrok. So this guy can be a little bit annoying because he can go invisible and deal some heavy hits in your party. And basically both him and Ox, I believe, you can find in this region here, and you can kill them both right there. So essentially what you're doing is you are removing 2 powerful opponents from this area, you are removing 1 powerful opponent from this area, and all you have to deal with are the generic bandits and the Stag Lord. And way back when we first went to the Thorn River bandit camp where we met Keston, this lady over here, Kressel, not Keston, Kressel with the dual axes, you actually find, if you have a perception check and I believe a lore nature check, you can find some wine hidden under a canvas and you can poison it. If you poison that wine, when the Stag Lord comes out, he himself is going to be poisoned, he's going to be nauseated. So his combat stats will be lowered. In any case, you just saw the difficult version of the fight. At this point, this is perfectly doable on hard, to be honest. But usually what I do is I kind of separate things through acts. So I won't spoil yet when I'm gonna swap from hard to unfair, but this is actually my breaking point from challenging to hard. So what I'm gonna do is, when we start the next episode, I'm gonna, just take, just do a route of the camp, pick up all of these treasures and loots we left behind. Then we're gonna move in. We still have someone to deal with. I'm not gonna spoil who, but we do have it. And it can actually be a somewhat dangerous fight. That's why I'm still gonna try and make use of my resist fire communal, as it will play a role in that fight. Clear out the inside of this building, and once we are done with that, I am going to change the game up to the hard difficulty, which is a significant bump. In any case, this is done, my friends. This is the Stag Lord's camp. As you can see, he's not, particularly problematic if you handle the fight in certain ways. Like I said, I know a lot of new players come over here and they kind of brick on this fight because they think he's way too powerful. And if you allow him to act freely, then yes, he can very easily kill a lot of your party members. But this is why we like having stuff like Grease, why we like having stuff like Glitter Dust, and also stuff like Hold Person. All of these things help disable him and keep him tied down. And if you remember the fight, he didn't even shoot once. He got blinded, he got held, then he fell down with the Grease. Amiri hit him, he saved against the Grease, he got up, triggered an attack of opportunity, and Amiri killed him. So that was the fight. And the part down here, rushing the dangerous enemies, keeping these people occupied with your front line and also trying to disable them with stuff like Grease and Glitter Dust, also help a lot while your friends here are on the way. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I know this fight is important for a lot of people and it's a... what's the expression? A pain point? I don't know. So if there is something that you want to know about this fight or any questions you might have, as always, leave a comment below. Any suggestions on how to do this as well are always welcomed. I love learning new strategies. And yeah, if you guys are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for many more videos coming out soon. And I hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, stay safe, everyone.